here we are. Hello everyone. Hope you're all doing all right. Sorry about the lack of videos, but we're back and we're going to kick some arse today in Title Tuesday. So yeah, nice to see you all. Not that I can see you, but you can probably see me, so that probably means something. Hello, and welcome to the show, because that's what it is. It's a show of madness, insanity, a bit of brilliance, and lots of tragedy. So the sad face and the happy face. That's what this is all about, all in one kabang. So we're playing Title Tuesday. It's 11 games of Blitz, and we're playing the best players in the world. Hikaru, Magnus Carlsen, Faruja, all lined up. And we're going to see how we get on. The time limit now is 5 minutes, no increment. And I'm just trying to get my brain into gear as well. So my brain is rather slow. I'm an old man now, but sometimes it can be a little bit funky. So, oh my God, it's the funky chess, as the prodigy once praised the Lord too. And okay, so we got Dutch, and we're just going to try to get a decent score, play some good games. I'm normally quite bad in round one, so I don't really want to open up the H file. So I'm gonna have to end up taking the knight, which is a little bit disappointing. And should we play C5 now? I don't know if this is ever a worry. C5 kind of seems like the move to play. Knight coming in here. I'll play A6 first, just to stop that. So probably the last stream you saw me do was over in Norway, and I love going over to Norway, but the whole trip was a little bit of a weird one, for a number of reasons. I mean, number one, I got stuck in some drone UFO scenario, Oslo airport. Absolutely don't know what was going on. I mean, what are these drones? I expect they're Russian drones, sort of probing the NATO nations, but God knows, it was very peculiar. So my flight got delayed, and also the stream, I have to say, was not very good. I assumed that they would have everything working very well, being a professional studio, but unfortunately they had some hiccups that day, which happens. And the first half, you've probably seen on my YouTube channel, which you're probably watching this on now, wasn't great. So I apologise for that, but I have just moved house, and I'm going to have... I didn't really have good internet in my last house, can you believe it or not? In this modern age, I didn't have internet. I mean, what the hell? What the hell's going on? Does this win a piece? Where does he put that guy? Where does he put it? Well, we'll find out. But I've got now internet that works, I hope. It seems to work. So happy days. I might have to do some adjustments to my microphone, to whatnots, whatever whatnots is, and this has got to be bullshit, but it's a little bit scary actually, because these pieces are coming in. I mean, I have to take it, but I'm now looking at it and thinking, okay, so we have to guard our knight, and we want to come over here, because that's a good defensive square. I mean, he's got this knight coming into a very nice square. Worst case scenario, I can always whip it off. Whoosh! Get my little whip out, the ginger whip. And let's move this bishop, because another thing I had to watch out for was that one being on pre, and we can try to plant it on one of these two squares. So yeah, if there's any technical problems, we'll get there next week. I'll be back to doing Title Tuesday every week. I also must apologise for those of you. I did the shout out saying I was going to offer coaching soon, which I still want to do. It's been delayed a bit. I'm finishing a chessball course at this moment in time, which is taking much longer than I'd hoped on the Stonewall Dutch. And when I sort of work on something, I sort of go all into it. So I try not to get distracted by anything else. And that's kind of what's happened with this course. So I'm not doing emails or anything like that. So I apologise, and I want to have a clean slate for when I do start chess coaching, so I can give it 100%. I don't like having too many different things going on, because I get confused easily. being the idiot I am. So I want to minimize my confusion levels. And this is a weird position because something like h4, I mean, there's still a little bit of play. I don't think he really deserves to have this kind of play here. Takes as a check. It's strange. Now, can I get away with this? It looks very risky to play such a move. The idea is to come in here if he moves the knight, and this is the annoying piece. I want to eliminate his one active piece. I mean, this one is okay, but I was worried about him coming in with a check, and at least now I can block. So he's come here like this. Now this check is no good. I think this is the most sensible square. And now I expect this capture will occur. It's still, it's still bizarrely a little bit tricky for both of us. Now this check here, I'm hoping now queen to g6 works. Now this was a little bit of a risky move. I have to be honest. So check here, takes, check here is his last check, and I should be safe. G3 is the kind of move to watch out for, but now my knight's here, I can just eliminate that knight. It kind of feels like my position is okay, not too shabby, as the bishop said to the choir boy. Yeah, and again, I do want to keep Title Tuesdays going. I do enjoy playing Title Tuesdays when I get a chance, and I want to do them every Tuesday again. It's just sometimes, like I say, life gets in the way, and moving is bloody hectic, isn't it? Moving house. But now I seem to be situated in a place, no hot water. Who needs hot water? But it does have a bed on the floor for me. Fantastic. I've done my squatting when I was a youngster, and I'd rather not go back there. Live in a car as well. That was interesting. But let's try to avoid that. And I think now we're safe, because the only move I had to watch out for was g3 when my opponent's rook could get into the game, but through the bishop. But now he can never play g3 because I've effectively stopped that with the rook. So I'm really just quite a safe bishop up. This one probably one of his better tries. I'm just going to give my king an escape square, so there's no danger. This check doesn't work because his queen's now defending this. I mean, I had many other good moves, but let's just now give my king the h7 square so my queen can sort of start maybe activating along these lines, or as in this case, trying to come over here. An exchange of queens should be quite trivial, but if he comes over here, I can now go for this check, which we mentioned before, and that means his rook is going to drop. Next move, and the game. Shabong! Wah, wah, wah. Wah, wah, wah. So good. So we won the first game. Makes a nice surprise. And let me just show you who is playing in this tournament. So look at that list. What a bunch of champions. Now, Hikaru, the King Thrower. It's like a name from Game of Thrones. He loves grabbing the king and throwing across the ice towers. We have Magnus Santa Claus Carlson, who is the father of young babies from the north, from that desolate place. And Magnus, of course, just had a baby. Or should I say his wife has. And then Ferrugia, another brilliant player. MVL, Dmitry Ajakin, the list goes on. Hans, I don't want to miss out anyone, but you can see they're all here. All legends of the game. And my rating is yet a mere 26 something. I got it over 2800 a while back, but we slipped up a little bit. And it really is a very strong event this week, which is great to see. It's great to see all the top players playing. We're still using this chess.com, I think it's chess.com program, Proctor. And I must admit as well, it has put me off playing in past events because the program clearly wasn't finished by chess.com. I kept getting this game and someone's shoving you in the ribs with a sword, a rusty sword with, I don't know, boot polish on.
Oh yeah, come to
That's a little bit more tricky to play because obviously I'm clearly an athlete and I'm a mental athlete with extreme concentration. I was going to say constant. I don't know what I was going to say. So any dip in that makes things more tricky. Nepo, I love his face there. You can't see
Oh yeah, come to daddy.
is also playing. Where is he? Anyway, we're on with the second game. So we've got a tough game here. Playing someone who's pretty much 3,000 from Latvia. Only a CM, but I say only a CM. Well, don't want to do that.
Oh yeah.
And he's gone the orangutan, and I have been called an orangutan in
oh
my
yeah.
life.
Come
Any
to
resemblance
daddy-o.
there to me an orangutan? Let's just go for the central shebangy, is what I call this opening. Not that it probably has a name. And
oh
yes,
yeah.
some people have
Come to
mentioned
daddy-o.
my resemblance of with the gingerness of me and my dangly arms, even though
Oh yeah,
dangly
come to daddy-o.
And this opening seems to have been quite a success. Now, the first thing that strikes me as an option is this one. Is that legal? Well,
Oh yeah, come to daddy-o.
oh, fuck a duck. Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, in we go. In like Flint. Now, he's got to come back. And this is my idea. To come
Oh
in
yeah,
here,
come
and
to
that is
daddy-o.
what we call check. So if he takes this one, I know it's probably a horrendous idea which I'm doing, but now this is an option.
Oh yeah,
Now
come
castle
to daddy-o.
takes check here, check. Not really working. I don't really want to play F5. It seems like a move I don't want to play. Now do I?
Oh yeah, come to daddy-o.
So I'll probably shot my load here a little bit. I don't see any other option. Okay, so I have to play F5, and we're going to play this more now like a positional sacrifice, claiming that I've got enough for the whole piece that I've given
Oh yeah,
away.
come to daddy-o.
Absolute bullshit. Now here he takes this check. Not really working. So okay, well we'll try this. Yeah, okay. So it was a bit of a gamble, this punt, and we're still like in with a shout. Now check, he comes back, so I have to retreat. And obviously I'm relying on this check in a lot of positions. My opponent obviously defending quite well. It kind of feels like I need one more piece developed in such a position, because if I had another knight coming in, or if I was castled here and had a rook coming on this line, I might be alright. So he's simply taken there, and let's castle, because he moves the knight, I come in, and now he's got this little tempo gain, a very clever move. He takes my knight. And it's not looking great now, is it? Yeah, it wasn't ever working. Sometimes you experiment, and experiments don't always work. And I'm just trying to figure if there's any way I can make this position work, and I can't see it. It's a little bit too much. It was a very tempting sacrifice, but I mean, yeah, okay, so I might as well just keep throwing them forwards. Throwing them forwards, they say. And a little bit disappointing. And okay, I'll give a check, but we just don't have enough pieces now to ever make this line work. We need a big blunder. And I think something like Queen here, as he plays. He's playing only good moves. Even if he gives up a piece, he's winning here. But we're playing a little bit because, of course, just to get the flow of the pieces a bit. And now my opponent also taking the initiative. I was about to press the resign buttons, but I think I can safely do that soon. Something like knight here would be one way to win, but I've had enough here. This is enough. Okay, let's just have a look at that. That's a little bit too much. I had a good position and I just saw a tempting option, but I should have thought about it more. Obviously. Was there anything there? Well, I just think taking on F2 was, well, it was either winning or not winning, wasn't it? And I think not winning was correct. So, I mean, this looks... I'm amazed that it gives white an advantage in this position. That's crazy. And this position looks so nice to me. And, of course, I think I should keep the bishop on this pawn. So, something like bishop c5. And I've got very nice development. He's got issues with this pawn. So, a nice, sensible move here would have made more sense. I'm assuming this just doesn't work, and it doesn't look like it does work. So a little bit of a rush of blood to the head there. Really not needed. You've got a good position. Don't complicate. Ridiculous move to play. And now, yeah, I mean, the thing is, I for some reason, if he goes king here, there's queen b6 winning. If he comes queen here, the queen comes here, probably winning, or here. So he has to come here. But after this, he played very well. Now, this check, well, there's only one way to deal with that. Give his king an escape square, which he did. And I just don't have enough here. And you can see that it was just an unsound sacrifice. And, yeah, there's nothing else I could do, I feel, for the rest of the game. He played very accurately. And he won the game. Fuck. So it is 11 rounds, so we're going to have probably the odd loss. Let's try and make that the odd loss rather than the norm. And yeah, so what else has been going on? Well, I don't know how you guys have been getting on. You've been doing all right. So yeah, so the last one of these I played, I was over in Norway, and I flew in on the Monday night to the studio, the Take studio in Oslo. Lovely people over there.
Oh yeah,
brilliant company.
Come to Daddy O.
Really well. All very nice. Trying to create cool things to do with chess. So catch up with Take if you can. And basically I was flying to Oslo about 1 o'clock in the morning, and we suddenly started circling Oslo Airport. We circled Oslo Airport 1 in the morning 7 times, and I was a little bit drunk, but in my state of drunkenness I was like, this is weird. I had flashbacks to Die Hard 2.
Oh yeah, come to Daddy O.
Film up there with Santa Claus, not bad Santa. And the flashback was when Bruce Willis's wife, I can't remember the actors' names, were flying around and they couldn't land because of a terrorist attack and they were running short of fuel. This is how my brain works.
Come to Daddy O.
Norwegian terrorist attacks? Bit unusual, that one. And we landed in Stavanger.
Oh yeah,
one of the richest places in the world, I guess, because the oil supplies there. Massive oil supplies. And Norway, I think maybe one of the richest countries in the world, the way they've invested that oil money. Everyone thinks they're very like eco.
Oh yeah,
it's weird. They have the dichotomy of taking oil money and then doing really good things with the environment and being very health obsessed. So they're like, it's okay if we take oil as long as we pump it back, into good things, trying to make up for it. But they've done well. So,
oh yeah, come to Daddy O.
And so we circled down, and then it said it could be diverted to Stavanger. We landed there at like 2 o'clock, and no one's at the airport. I don't think, so I stayed awake, got next flight, straight in to do title Tuesday. The stream didn't go first hour. I started terribly, but then I got a run of something like 5 wins, which we're going to do now. I think we're going to go 5 out of 5. And then went down the good night pub.
Oh yeah,
so
come to Daddy O.
Good fun, happy days. But yeah, I mean that was me. That was 2 weeks ago. Then I've just moved house, so I'm packing lots of shit, and it's amazing.
Oh yeah, come to Daddy O.
Build up over the life, and you don't need any of it really. You really don't. I've got thousands of books, not just chess books. I've got hundreds and hundreds of chess books because that's my thing, isn't it? My dad played chess, so I've got a lot of his old chess books. Got yeah, some really interesting ones. I'm just looking at my library. I'll show you another day. We'll have like in England we have this show called Through the Keyhole where you go into someone's house and you're like, oh, look at this house. Whose house is this? Look at this little painting over there. Who could that be? It's a painting of a penguin. Who likes penguins now? And look at this couch. It's very cream coloured. Who likes cream? Who could it be? Which celebrity could this house be? Or, we could do a chess version of that, couldn't we? It could be like, okay, so for example, I'm going to picture a house now. You've got to guess whose house it is. Through the keyhole with GingerGM. You ready? So welcome to this lovely establishment. Oh my God, look at all these trophies. Trophies everywhere. Unbelievable. Beautiful house. Must be worth millions of pounds. Hint, hint, hint. And oh my God, look at that. There's a chess clock over there. It's set to bullet. This guy obviously plays a lot of 1 minute chess. It's an antique chess clock. Obviously, this cost thousands of pounds. Look at the gold plated little things that you hit on it. Beautiful, beautiful chess clock. That must be pure gold. Saddam Hussein had a pure gold toilet. This guy's got a pure gold chess clock. Lovely jubbly. Oh my God, look at this. He has a little catapult. He has a catapult. And in the catapult, what is in the catapult? It's a king. It's a chess king. He's been practicing catapulting chess kings from one side of the room to the other. That's another clue. Wow, wow, wow. So yeah, it could be a winner. Chicken dinner. And of course, I'm taking the piss. I'm not serious at all. But let's try to win another game of chess. And let's start with D4. So we are into a D4 opening. Guess FM from Poland. Michal Fudalej. And I probably pronounced that horribly. So my apologies. And let's try the Harry attack. One of my main weapons against... well, it depends what they did at Grumfield of King's Indian Defence. We're going into King's Indian Defence now. My opponent has to decide whether he wants to hinder me pushing the H-pawn or if he's happy to castle into this idea. Many moves here. Knight C6 being a move that MVL favours. This one, I think we should now be able to get some small advantage. God knows how. With a well-timed idea of playing this. But I'm just thinking, do we play bishop G5 and just go for development? The other move I was thinking of playing was not knight there because that'd be impossible, but F4. And now I'm thinking F4 pawn here though. Pawn there, F4 takes. Doesn't look that great for me. I like this bishop. So I'm just going to play bishop here. This is the move I really want to play, but H6 was put me off. Maybe I missed an idea. And I'm playing this just to cover some squares, trying to make use of having my pawn on this square. And I don't necessarily want to give up this bishop, I feel. In the long term, I'm going to be positionally worse here because of this hole. For example, if this ever happened, I could be worse. But in the short term, I'm doing pretty well because of his king. So I need to play quite actively here to take advantage, and that's why I'm trying to arrange this idea of playing F4. And I think now we must play it. But knight BD7, and do we have a follow up? Maybe then H5. If I go knight F3, there's a knight G4. Which doesn't seem to work. So we're going to try this one because obviously if there's any capture of that pawn, we have F5 winning a piece. So he now comes here. And it's a very sensible play from my opponent. I think I have to take this, but I might just be dropping this pawn now. Do I not have any way to get any decent compensation here? This move I think is quite safe, right? He's blocked it all. He's won a pawn. I'm not sure what I'm doing here. And I could double up, but it seems quite slow. It seems like I need to play with a little bit more urgency. This one, not good. I mean, do I have to play this? This is not a nice position. Okay, I'm going to go here, but I think I'm safely a pawn down here. So we're flapping this position up. He's obviously never going to take here, so I'm never going to get this activity. So this knight g4 worked well. Okay, he's decided to take, and he's got a very safe pass pawn. I wonder if he had better options there. Takes, knight takes. I have a lot of things on pre. I can go bishop here. Let's try that. Not convinced by this either. Bishop takes, I'm going to go f4. And that looks like I've improved somehow. But even here, we can take that one. Takes knight here. Okay, then I have bishop d4. So takes knight here, bishop d4. So I'm relying on the dark squares, which might give me some chances. Knight f6 would just be a mistake now. He obviously avoids that one. And again, here is quite tempting, but let's try and stop this move for as long as we can. And use as many squares that's possible to use. So try to use my bishop as much as we can. So it's a decent square, that one for the bishop. And that pawn was weak. His h pawn was strong. I've got this pawn in the middle of the board. And also I've managed to disable his rook in the corner, a rook on a8. And these guys, a little bit of discombobulation in a nation getting on. So we're going to try and get active like this. So this is better than it was. I mean, the opening didn't go well. Again, it's always interesting when you face these new lines. Well, it's not a new line, it's an old line I've forgotten about, which is the story of my life. I mean, it's amazing how good some people's memory is. And they probably never drunk or, you know, done things in their life. But my memory used to be incredible. But, you know, I'm now mid-40s going onwards. And it's certainly not as good as it was. But, yeah, people sort of say, Simon, how did the other day? Someone came up to me and she was like, Simon, hello. And, like, you know, at the local bar, I was like, hello. And she'd go, oh, yeah, we went to school together. And blah, 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 blah. And I was like, oh, yeah, great, yeah. And I was thinking, who the hell are you? Absolutely no diddly idea. Okay, let's play here. So we're trying to come in. And then the funny thing was, about an hour later, she comes out and she goes, you don't know who I am, do you? And I was like, no. And yeah, apparently, you know, we're at school. I actually represent the school in a maths competition. That's even more bizarre. They say chess players are good at maths. I don't know. You don't have to be intelligent to be a chess player. That's complete fallacy. Complete fallacy. If you met some of the chess players, grandmasters that I know, no. Doesn't work that way. So my opponent's clearly not comfortable with this position because he's tanking a lot of time. And this bishop has become extremely good. My opponent's knight very bad, and rook g7 is a very strong idea. But my opponent is kind of not in zugzwang, but in a situation where it's hard to find a move. I was going to suggest something like this might be best. And let's try to activate the other rook now, because my opponent wants to come here and move the rook. So we've got to cut across our opponent's ideas. And all my pieces are very happily positioned at this moment in time. Now, coming in here and taking that looks entirely sensible. So that's what we're going to do. We're coming here. My opponent has to come to b6, but moving too slow anyway. My opponent surely can't expect to survive with the tempo that he is playing. And should we go for mate? Let's go for mate, because it's the most fun way to play. Probably not necessary. I probably should actually take some pawns instead. But is there any mate here? This knight does guard against this one very well. So it's still time for me to back off. So I can't see the move. Okay, so we come here. We get both our rooks behind the pawns. We're still a pawn down here, but again, there's no increment anymore in Title Tuesday. And maybe we can just go for mate somehow. Oh no, I'm going to go rook there. That wasn't what I wanted. But we're going to try and checkmate. I'm going to try to create a little bit of art here. Bishop b4 is the idea. And can my opponent stop this checkmate? I don't see how. Or this checkmate. That's quite a nice final position. There's no way that... I'm threatening 2 checkmates here. Bishop c7, bishop b4. And my opponent, I think, is incapable of stopping one of those moves from occurring on the board. Okay, but again, if the early middle game goes wrong, which it did in this game, make sure you refresh your memory and find out what you've done wrong. So this must be absolutely fine, but my next move made it very hard for me to move this. So yes, maybe just a sensible move here. Like, I don't know, I'm looking at the computer's top choices and I'm thinking, well, my favorite out of those is probably bishop e3, but we got that kind of position anyway. I mean, okay, let's just see if it's as bad as I had imagined. And already the computer starts to like black here because and it does go wrong. So yeah, so this bishop g5 is not good, and we'll just see how this turns out. I would assume that this move looks okay, and now it wants some knight g5, h5. I mean h5. What if my opponent takes here? Now knight g5. Is this really working? Because if king e7, I have this check because the knight's not defending there. Clever. And if king here, my knight can come to one of these 2 squares. I like it. That's very clever. I will remember that one. So this position, knight f3, is a very clever move because it gives ourselves possibility of playing this and therefore allowing us to make use of harried pawn.
Oh yeah.
Not so obvious actually. Not so obvious. On 3 out of 3, the big guns are up there. Hikaru, Faruja, Magnus, Nepo. They're all hovering around. Any game still going on? One game going on. There's a break after round 4. And, well, this game's not very exciting anymore. And if we can win the next one, we're in a decent situation. So let's just try to get to 3 out of 4. That's our normal sort of thing. I don't think I've got 7 points out of 11 for such a long time. So it'd be lovely to get 7 points. This will be, 7.5. 7.5 would be a great score. I used to get 7.5 all the time. But let's see if we can get to 7 points this week.
Oh,
so
yeah.
This is a big game.
Come to Daddy-O.
Again, Uzbekistani player. I am high rated. Unpronounceable name for a dimwit like me. Saidakbar Saydaliev is the best I can do. Now this is an old idea of Korchnoi.
Oh yeah.
Which
Come
tricks
to
a lot of
Daddy-O.
players because a lot of players like playing this move, which is the Cambridge Springs variation. And against that move in that position, bishop d2 is a very effective response. And that has actually came from an old book of Korchnoi. You won't find that analysed
Oh yeah.
in
Come
many
to
places.
Daddy-O.
Some of these old ideas are brilliant and they stick with you.
Oh yeah.
I don't know, one
Come
of
to Daddy-O.
Korchnoi's best games collection, he came up with this idea. Korchnoi was a brilliant fighter, probably the biggest fighter of all time. Went through the siege of Leningrad, had an incredibly tough life.
Come to Daddy-O.
And now we've got to make a decision. I mean, do we swap bishops? Do we keep them on? I think I keep them on. The general rule, if you've got more space,
Come
white
to
has more
Daddy-O.
space, you keep pieces on because your opponent's pieces get in the way of each other. Now, we could have gone queenside there, but as we've got a safe advantage, I think we can try to play with a normal plan, rooks in centre, use our central majority, use our space advantage. So we
Come
don't
to
need
Daddy-O.
to play this move. Especially as the queenside seems to have opened up a little bit, this kind of idea would come. We can't always play super aggressive. Now, I don't necessarily see anything wrong with e4, so I'm still going to play aggressive. I still like playing the most aggressive moves I can. Let's catch him towards the centre. He has to play c5 at some moment. Is he really trying to swap the bishops off with this move? Well, maybe. So the only idea I can see. So let's get the queen to a better square. I say a better square because g4 is, I think, where we want to go. Now rook lined up against the queen, and if he breaks this, I break this.
Oh yeah.
Very pleasant position here. Let's just centralise those rooks, and I've allowed him to do what he wants. Stupid me. Didn't need to do this. I mean, it's still better for me, but I totally forgot this move. And I took my eye off the ball for a brief second there. Don't allow your opponent to do what they want to do. Okay, but anyway, still a good position, but I liked my bishop. His bishop was crap, stuck behind a pawn. My bishop had great potential, so that's why the last thing was a bit annoying. But this knight can still start manoeuvring. Okay, he's coming over here. Where's that going? I'm not sure. Come here, he comes here. He still, does he want this move? I'm just going to play the first move that comes to my mind there. Advance on the on the king side and center. Don't know if this is ever an idea, but kind of seems like it can't do too much harm to my position. And this one, can we play this? Well, maybe he should be playing c5 now. He's preparing c5 a little bit. Now, I do want to keep the queens on the board. So taking there, he'd take with the queen. We do want to keep them on. Okay, another option. Bishop h4 again. Is this potentially a bit crafty? Because this knight could be quite good. And there's some issues here. My bishop wasn't doing anything on g3 anyway. I'm thinking some issues. Maybe e5 at the right moment. Maybe I even take on f6 first, because I can't see his dark square bishop being a fantastic piece. The whole point of my knight maneuver was to come here. And now this is the move I want to play. But queen here prepares this move in a better way. Just keeping the tension. Again, taking here, not stupid, but I think f5 is what I want. Now b5, I most likely go forwards. Go forwards if you can. And he's trying to get his counterplay now. So now f5, the move that I've been planning to play. Can he take and get me on the long diagonal? Don't think that's going to work. I can always drop back and his knight's going to be weak. And this is the move with the knight here. I'm again aiming for this kingside attack. Something to happen on this diagonal. Now knight f7, king takes is one possibility. I don't believe it. Maybe just king h1 is a very useful move to play to get the king off this problematic line. Taking here and coming to g6 could be a very nice idea, because then I'm pressurizing in the right places. So that's another idea. If he takes here first, I do want to take the queen, so we take it quickly. I want to keep my central pawns, and he's gone into defensive mode. So he's coming here, but let's just quickly step out of the way of a check, which is very likely to become important later on. And I can push this pawn at leisure, but I can even swing back now, hitting this way. So we've got good position. There's ideas of taking e5, but I don't want to pull the trigger quite yet, I think. I mean, I don't know if rook c1 necessarily helps me. I mean, I probably should just go pawn here, get the rook on this file. I think, okay, where the hell is that going? He wants to come in here. But then takes in here surely is... Could do that now, but do I wait until his bishop comes in? Let's go here first. So bishop b2 is his idea, and I think this is really increasing in value now. Takes here. Do we pull the trigger now? Oh God, let's do it. Okay, let's do it. So, oh no. I thought I missed something there, but no, it is okay. I didn't want to exchange queens. Okay, so he comes here. Now we could even play some ridiculous idea like this. Taking, he might be able to takes and come over here. But I like. Okay, I'm gonna again. Let's just play. Yeah, so he's desperate to swap the queens off. I kind of missed this one. Takes. I really don't want to get the queens off, but I don't know. I don't know what else I can do now. Okay, I think we have to take here. Disappointing. I didn't see any other option. Now takes, his rook comes over, and I can take everything else. And I'm not sure that ending is actually, it's not that great for me. So I'm going to keep these on. Probably about an equal position. This we've got to use Derek, the D pawn. We've got to get off any back rank chart. You know, let's just give the king an escape square and get. Oh, now this comes and takes here. Why I've allowed this. Now here, I think we have to try and cover this one. Bit stupid of me, that. Here, queen. Oh, it's check, isn't it? Fuck. What have I done here, boys and girls? What have I done? Well, I think we can only hope to get a draw now. Hope, I say, because it's not. He's more active here. Very annoying play by me. And now that. When I say annoying, I think I'm losing this. Fucking hell, Simon. This king's coming in. It's just too strong. Oh. And I'm down on time as well. So bloody annoying. Oh, why don't I go there? This is. Yeah, fuck it. Ah, that was a really annoying game. Yeah, going into that ending, when I'm a little bit worse. And it's one of the reasons you want to give up chess when you get this. Okay, we will. Let's just jump around here because it was going so well. And there is a break now, so we'll take a break in a second. It felt like it was going really well when we're doing this, wasn't it? Okay. Now, yeah, why not just come forwards? We don't need to be too clever, but rook here's fine. And now this was just not needed. But yeah, of course I should just push the pawn. I don't need to play. Why didn't I do that? Okay, yeah, the ending should be all right, but this is unnecessary. Just take here and take here. And I did see that, but I was trying to be clever. Not clever. Yeah, so taking here and taking here is just simple. I did see that idea, but I wanted more. And now, well, the position is pretty even. But I start wasting time. I don't have time to do this. I need to get behind this idea. What I forgot is that he goes here, and if I take, he goes A3. So I need to stop these pawns from moving. So of course I need to put my rook here. If anything, I feel I'm more comfortable there. This was not great. And now it's a lot trickier than I should never lose this. I should never lose this ending. So I have to go rook a1. It's the only way to defend. Okay. And then just try to do it like this. This is actually losing this ending. I didn't realise how bad this was, but his king just comes over. And it's actually, you know, it's quite easy to see. I should know this. I should know this. Very, very bad. Okay,
Oh,
well,
yeah.
I will take a quick break. We're on 50%, so we're going to have to up our game. Now it's time for that run of 5 wins. Let's do it. Warm-up section is over. Let's stop playing like an idiot. I'm gonna now focus. Next 4 games coming up. The second part, and I need 4 out of 4 there. Next game starting very soon. Right, so it's time to kick some arse. Either my own arse or my opponent's arse will be booted from here to Kingdom Come. And we're going to play the classical Dutch because I know it pretty damn well. This is, I call, the Old Faithful variation because it was faithful to me for numerous years. And now after Queen C2, do we play the Gambit? Yeah, we're going to Gambit a pawn. And this is dubious because if White knows what he's doing, White is better, but it gets incredibly chaotic. Bishop F5 is the main idea, and Knight C2. That's threat number 1. Now Spassky had this as black, and his opponent played G4, and my dad actually came up with an idea of playing C6 pre-computer days there. But the best move here is taking on E5, entering into the abyss with open arms, saying, blind me with your beauty, chessboard. So my opponent has played that, and this proceeds to get even more complicated. And now queen here is the only option. You may have seen me play this variation before, and now there's an idea of trapping the queen with knight here and rook here. But if my opponent finds this line, bishop g5 here, knight h4, he's a bloody genius. This is the only computer line which leaves black in some problems. I had this against IAMS, and they've struggled to find this in classical games over the board. So it's not an easy line to find. I mean, so he's finding all of it so far. And if he plays this move, I'm going to be like, fuck. He's found the only option, because I've still got this major threat of retreating the knight, which actually wins the queen here. And this is incredibly, it's an incredibly dangerous move. Well, it wins the game. So he has to try, and the only way to defend against that is to be able to exchange the knight off, because this is in a very treacherous situation. Maybe I have other ways to trap the queen, like bring the rook around, queen here, bishop d7 will trap the queen. So knight here, the only option. I mean, we're not rushing to win the exchange with knight c2 now, because he's got 3 pawns to the exchange, even though that is a way I can try to bail out if needed. But again, this has all been looked at before. It's a blitz game, so we can take more risks. I wouldn't play this way in a classical game, because in a classical game I try to play the best moves. In the blitz game, I don't always try to play the best moves. I try to play the funky rock and roll moves, rock and roll chess at its best. And now I feel that he hasn't found the solution, so this should just win the queen. Backwards knight moves are the toughest moves to foresee, and well, he's losing now. His queen is lost. He probably has to give it up for the rook, where he has a rook and 3 pawns. He has 8 points for the queen, 9 points, but it's more like a queen is a bloody queen, right? And there's no other way he can escape. So it's a very crafty little line, this one, and this is all like opening tricks and traps, which I've obviously analysed without computers, before computers were around. I was having this think the other day, and the more I ponder it personally, I don't know. I wish the advancement in AI would just go away. And I was thinking how sort of chess and the advancement in chess has been a forerunner, funnily enough, for the advancement in AI. You know, or human civilization in general. If you look at the way chess has developed, and how you know, humans have developed, it seems to me that chess has come first, and then, you know, developments with computers have come next. And what I mean by that rather bizarre. Sorry, I'm still thinking, because we can still fuck this up, especially if you're me. First of all, you know, I mean, I'm just going to go for modern times now. And okay, we are generally getting outplayed here, so probably actually need to concentrate on the chess just for a little bit. Because now he's equal in material, but we still got the queen, so he's completely lost here. And he's down on time. So it's still winning. And now do we go... Let's just try to go for checkmate. Okay. She stops, okay. Again, finding early moves. Now, I can take there, but he comes here, check, and then he takes my rook. But then I take on h4 and take his rook. So does this work? I hope so. So the point is, I take on h4 with check. So he doesn't play that. And any threats here? Okay, the only threat I could possibly foresee is this one. So he comes over here. Now, this queen clearly is going to be too strong for the rook. Queens can dart around everywhere. I'm going to get a rook off now. And do we do it this way? Does it matter? Let's do it this way. And let me just concentrate a little bit more whilst we finish this guy off. Still, funnily enough, a little bit of work to do here. Can you get blockade here? Bizarre position. Shouldn't be a blockade. Should be winning somehow, but actually, I'm not sure how. Maybe my king has to come this way. Let's stop that king running around first of all. But he's just sitting here. Am I not winning this? My God. And he's offering me a draw. He can sod off with his draw offer. Okay, now this is the only way I can think of trying to win this. And then bring the king in this way. Can't believe you offered me a draw as well. I might be tempted to offer him a draw. How do you not offer me a draw? If that makes sense. I think he's losing now. I think, but I'm not sure. Take this pawn. Okay, now he's come the wrong way, I think. So I've gone quiet, but I think probably for obvious reasons, but this must be winning now. And there we go. Oof. I took a little bit of work, and he defended very well. And somehow I found myself stuck into a fortress, and the only way to try and break that down was to play this G5 move, and we're around here because I can't do anything. His king just sticks on his one weakness. His rook sticks on, well, what you could say the other weakness. The only pawn break I have is G5. My king can never get across this little rank. So I've got to try and play this move. The idea, if he takes the rook, I take this pawn. I mean, it's probably drawing things somehow. And if he takes this way, I can create a way in on H5. So this idea of coming this way is the only way I can do anything. So I need to get my king in, and I have to give up a lot of pawns for that to work. But it was actually, dare I say, quite a clever way to win, because now my king is in, and as soon as my king and queen start working together, it's fine. And if he tries to grab the final pawn, there's a queen c3. He always has to try to keep his rook protected. So yeah, so what was I saying about the advancement of computers in general? I mean, just like you know, I mean, you could go back further. I was thinking about the Deep Blue match against Kasparov, but generally I was thinking about my own times when computers weren't so strong and you could analyze stuff, and it was so much fun analyzing positions with friends on your own, without any assistance, artificial assistance, just with a combination of imagination, of knowledge, of using your brain, calculation, but quite often imagination and feeling, which comes from, feeling is instinct, which is, probably a mix of the above. And you could do this in maybe other fields of life as well. And even if you're wrong, and this is the point I think a lot of people forget about beauty and what could be getting lost in life, even if you were wrong with your ideas and they were proven wrong later on by computers, being wrong is not necessarily a bad thing. Being slightly imperfect is a human form, and it is something, it's a human condition that actually adds, I think, beauty to life. I mean, you take the Mona Lisa, the Mona Lisa smile, I don't think was even meant to be there. That was actually something that Leonardo da Vinci didn't actually mean to. I mean, what am I doing here? I don't know what I've done here actually. Somehow I haven't been able to play e5. It was an imperfection that actually worked out to be brilliant. So yeah, and I've just kind of fucked this up, and I could be in a lot of trouble here. But okay, this kind of looks fun for someone, but maybe not me. Okay, we better concentrate on the position, because whoa, this is scary stuff. So we go here. Okay, let's try this. I'm playing a strong player, played this guy before. And the more that, yeah, here, God, I could get absolutely spanked here. And that is terminal. Yeah, the opening's gone completely wrong. God. So I have to come back. So, yeah, so I just think in general, like, people forget how nice sort of life was in a lot of ways when computers were terrible, and when imagination was more important. Because nowadays people just don't think for themselves; they just rely on the engine, and this is just taking over everywhere. So what is this? Okay, so hang on. What are we doing here? Well, okay, I'm going to go h6, and my position's not that bad. There was some scary moments there, but I actually think now it's maybe not terrible. I have the light squares. I'm still playing for this delayed black lion idea. My king's a bit misplaced. Certainly. Do we play it around like this? Do we go here? What are we doing here? Here he comes over here. This could be useful. I don't know. Very strange position. This seems to be a good move. His rook comes out. And I'm going to start again. I wanted to get my roll of wins going. This guy, very strong Grandmaster. Is this the right square? I guess the bishop's coming out and I want to get this guy over. But how do we get this out of the way? And how do we get this out of the way? So just trying to move those pieces in the best way. This way the knight comes over. Doesn't work. So do we have to go here? Doesn't feel right that. I want my bishop on this diagonal. So do I have to move the queen? Is this really an idea? Otherwise move the bishop and move this. But then my a pawn again is quite weak. This way some potential I would have fought down here. But this, maybe I want to tempt h3 because then I have g4 later on. And here, so he comes in. Okay, so he's going for another sacrifice, which is fine. I'm happy to allow that. Now, takes rook here. Don't think we want to allow that. Bishop here, here. Strange, isn't it? Strange game. And don't know, this feels okay. Okay, fuck it, let's do it. Okay, so we'll play this. Feels like it might be a little bit too risky. Feels like my queen could be getting trapped, but I want to keep my basically my pieces as active as I can. It's not even the concept of winning a pawn. It's more trying to keep stuff active. Now this one's a real problem. I can go e6, but that will drop my bishop. What's the material count here? I think it's even. Somehow this is even. Now if he comes here with a rook, I might have to move the bishop back to this horrendously passive square, which I don't want to do. But we've got to keep trying to defend this here. And this is going to take a long time to get my pawn up the board. So yeah, I'd definitely rather be white here. So he has come here. Now this is an... No, can he go knight here? Well, I've got bishop g4, but one defensive idea at a time. Got to defend this one. So he's come the other way. He wants to come over here, or he wants to take and come here. Do I have to go here first? Try to block his queen. And now he's trying to come over here. So here, he takes third check. It's a tough position. Much easier for white to play. And even if it wasn't easier for white to play, it might just be very bad for me. How do we defend this? I don't see how we can defend now. Here. Here, check that. Yeah, there's too many ideas here. Too many ideas. So he's threatening to take here and come in with a check, and I don't see any way to defend that idea at all. No good ways to defend it. I don't think there is a good way. That's just a killer. Then he comes in here. So nothing. I mean, I can take the king here, but I don't believe that, do we? Here. Well, okay. I'll put it here, but we're going to have to take with the king. Clearly a move like that is not going to hang on for long, but the queen now... Ugh, two vague ideas. As he cuts one of them off, and he wants this one. Too short time, too bad position. I mean, it's not actually the time even, it's more this position is horrendous. Okay. So takes. There's probably other ways he can win. Yeah. And now this one, he takes my bishop, but what else do we do here, guys? Here, oh, we can't play moves like that. Let's hope for rook g3, because then I take their checkmate. but my opponent's played very well here. This one could be the killer. It'll be my first thought. I don't know how I'm going to defend. I've got Queen A1 in some situations there. Too short a time. There's also this one that's more of a killer. But my opponent is now puzzle rushing and most likely just trying to find the way to maybe even here takes. And I love to be white in this kind of position, but I don't like being black here. It's not fun. F3 is the most calm out of everything. Another, I expect, winning idea. And let's see what he's got up his sleeve. He's obviously calculated something. Okay, we'll do this. You know, I know it's losing for numerous reasons, but our time was low. Okay, yeah, so we got under some pressure in that game, didn't we? And my opponent played very well there. Very nice attacking game. And where's that button? So we're still on 50%. And he played quite a tricky move order. I was looking at trying to play into the black line, but after this one, I have to play e5 first. I played this without thinking. And then it's actually quite hard to get black line. I need to concentrate on getting castled. So f7 is not weak. Because the situation when he hasn't played d4 is that this is just a bad move. Because now, if I want to get my black line, knight g5. And I'm struggling. So we got ourselves in an uncomfortable bind. And this may not have even been too bad, but I couldn't find an effective way to finish my development here, and I don't think there is one. Right, the computer seems to agree with me that it's just not nice. If I could hop over here, I'd be very happy. Obviously, because then we can have our own fun. But I was really defending this the whole game, and my opponent played very nicely. Nice capture there, and we took this risky decision. Maybe when the chips are down, it's worth doing. But it's very easy for my opponent to attack. This one is massive, and he played another good move here, knight e4, and I've got to try to stop this. All his moves are very natural. This one, and now I've got to stop this. And there's no defense. And another perfect move there, stopping my queen from potentially getting over to defend. And now it's all over. It has been for a while. So good game there.
Oh yeah.
So we're still only on 50%. We're trying to get 7 points. So how many rounds do we have left now? We've got 2 more here. So 3 out of 6, 5 rounds. We've got to get 4 out of 5. We're straight in with another one. Let's try e4. And 2 out of 2 incoming. We need 4 out of 5, right? Yeah, so we need... Okay, so let's win the next 2. Playing Roger. e4. Yeah, I think if I could stop...
Oh yeah. Come to Daddy-O.
Technology probably would. I'll probably just go back to basics. I know it can be used for good, and I really hope it is used for good. I hope it's used for cure diseases and stuff like that, but I don't really see that happening at the moment. And it's quite hard to be creative in chess.
Oh yeah.
That's the thing.
Come to Daddy-O.
At top level, you're playing a new idea at top level, and you can only play it like once, because then other people will prepare for it, and it becomes a little bit obsolete. So we've got a King's Gambit.
Oh yeah. Come to Daddy-O.
And it's equal material.
Oh yeah. Come to Daddy-O.
A good result for the King's Gambit, because you normally have fallen down. And do we allow him to take here? I think that's okay. I don't think we have to worry about that. Our knight comes in.
Oh yeah.
Step away.
Come to Daddy-O.
And other ideas I like the look of is trying to get on this diagonal at the right moment.
Yeah.
But
Come
this
to
seems like a very
Daddy-O.
nice position. Don't see anything necessarily wrong with grabbing useful pawn to be up.
Oh yeah, come to
Central
Daddy-O.
extra fast, connected. I mean, on its own, that's a lot of things. Pawn. And just got to be a little bit careful because there's a lot of stuff still going on. So he wants to come in here. So let's.
Oh yeah, come to Daddy-O.
And I was thinking about every little guy, so I want to get the last one in, the rook on the open file. Any tactics available? This kind of idea is floating at all times, but also there's a nice square here.
Come
My
to
knight's not doing
Daddy-O.
anything. The knight coming in here is another idea. Knight coming to e4 could be good, but I don't know if I want to swap this guy off. I mean, his knight there looks good, but it's not doing a great deal. So I think getting rid of his key
come to
pieces, which is
Daddy-O.
his bishop here. His bishop here seems to be a key piece. It stops my pawn. It pressurizes down there, defends stuff. So I think putting my knight there, getting rid of that is the next move. And you know, if I'm not sure, just move the rook to the middle.
Yeah,
Putting a
come
rook
to
on the open
Daddy-O.
file is only going to benefit me. Knight here, another move which is tempting, but it would allow him to get rid of that knight. Maybe that's okay. What should my opponent be thinking of? Well, if I was him, I'd be thinking the queen here, just trying to create some threats. So he's come over here. He wants to swing the rook. Interesting. Interesting idea. So is that something that we need to fear? Takes, swing the rook. I like the way he's done that. It's a nice idea. Well, maybe now something coming here as well. But maybe even this weird bishop, because the knight's a bit loose. Let's do that, shall we? Because he has to now do something about his knight after an exchange of bishops or not. Well, he doesn't. He comes here. And can I now come here? Takes, queen takes. Oh no, can I not do that? Let's go here now. Combining those ideas. If he takes here, I take on d6. Just a little bit of calculation. I just had to make sure he can't come here and threaten mate. So takes, I just take this one, and I'm threatening a lot of pieces. So this is still, I think, okay. And his rook can no longer come across. Simple threat, you take that or take that. This knight move doesn't just attack, it defends. Dual purpose moves, so much better than single purpose moves if you can get them in, because, well, because they do two things. Two things is better than one. Tax my queen, I move my queen, I threaten mate. Quite a simple solution. He takes my bishop to get rid of mate. My knight comes into a good square. So quite natural there. And it just looks like each of my guys is doing more than each of my opponent's pieces. I think he has to take this one because I'm not just threatening mate. I was threatening to take his bishop, but now he's got a lot of issues there. The bishop's on pre. There's probably something going on here. Maybe even d6 to discombobulate his coordination with his pieces. Let's play that quickly because I have a check in some cases. His rook can't get across. His bishop now can't defend, and that isolates the two sides of his army. Now here, I feel there's something very strong here. Check. King moves. This is his one relying thing. Yeah, he's on my bishop, but do I really care? Takes. Okay, this bishop I think's done its job. Let's exchange that one. And now come here. Tempo. I'm thinking of an Arabian checkmate. Here, and I just need to get a rook to h3. Now, so if my rook was on e4 here, I'd have mate. I'd have knight e7, queen takes here, king takes here, there. But he's defended. But his king is still very, very loose there. Now, I'm not even sure. I really want to get my rook in. Okay, I think the dark square is the key. So I want I need another piece coming in. So let's stop him taking that because of the pin on the pawn, and aim to get another piece a bit nearer. So it comes off that. So move my rook in. Does that help? Well, that was my idea. So let's follow it up. Let's come in. Surely my rook has more potency there. And I may miss something easier win here. Now this one coming back is not stupid. He wants to win this pawn, right? Now knight here. Here takes. It's bizarrely, I can't find anything like simple win. This is kind of feels like this should be a simple win. Here takes. Strange. Tanking a lot of time as well. Oh man, this is the way I'm playing today. Okay, no, this one doesn't work, does it, Simon? Should be a win. I can't calculate it, guys. Okay, we're going to try to come back here, but I'm not sure if it's working if he takes it or not. Be honest. I wanted rook f3 and rook g3. So I want check, rook f3, swing around. And this rook defends my back rank. So if he takes here, I've got here. If he goes here, I've got surely something. Takes, and then takes, check. Knight here I missed. Unbelievable. Unbelievable he's defending this somehow. Ah, I don't think he... Oh no, but then my back rank. Wow, how's he defending this? Come on, there must be a win here. Must be a win. Okay, we're going to do this because if anything else... But I can't take here because of the check. Which I've noted already. How can I not win this, guys? Too short time. Oh, I'm going to play this. It's just a fucking ridiculous move to play. Why did I do that? I'm going to lose now. Stupid. Should just take the draw, obviously. I hate draws. Oh, my calculation. Not on point. Not on point. Fucking idiot. I am. Ah. Oh, okay. I need a break after that. Fuck. Yeah, that was poor. There was multiple quite easy wins there. I did just have a look, and yeah, just shows a bit of lack of focus there, not being able to put the ball in the back of the net in that position. Hey ho, such is life. So we'll try to win the next 4 now to get to that 7 points, and I haven't been able to get to that 7 points for a long time, so I've been struggling with that one. And yeah, let's just see if we can take out Daz at the moment. Pretty standard position this. Yeah, I can't believe that last one. How many wins did I have, guys? How many wins did I know? Too many wins, Simon. So the normal way that black does this, I mean, it's not as exciting as last one is. We're just going to try to play c5. And a friend of mine, Keith Arkle, explained that he had a lot of faith in these 4 pawns against the 3. And he thought this was a better structure for black. I'm not sure I totally agree with that, but it's probably just about even, this kind of position. There's not so much to report. Now here, I think I can take on e3, so this is a nice square for the knight. And this is one of the reasons that you don't move this pawn for a very long time. It gives you a nice support of the central square. And let's see what white wants to do here. If he moves the bishop, I'd love to get this kind of structure. That'd just be much better for me. But already I feel like I might be a little bit better. Now this move, does it work? I didn't think it did because I can take here. What have I missed? Let's find out. So I did calculate this quickly. And is this what I missed? But I mean, at worst case, I can take there, which I probably will, because I have. Then he moves the king. Strange position, right? Bloody strange. Is this actually working for him? Man. Is this working? Do I have to sort of start bailing out and take here? Here, takes. Maybe the bishop he takes here. So I have to start bailing out, right? So I think I have to take here. So he's managed to get out of that problem in one piece. So his calculation very good there, much better than mine, which I think I've already shown today. And we're into sort of a pretty evenish ending here, I'd say. He has got the pass pawn. Is that good or bad? I'm not sure. It's either strong or weak. I've got potential blockade on it. And we're going to try to prove that it's weak. Let's not get back ranked. If he comes forwards, I take. He comes here, I go here, he goes here. That could work well for him. He's quite sharp. He likes his tactics, I feel. So maybe pawn here is a move that he could play. Knight takes and he starts pinning me. And that could work for him, right? So I don't think I'll be able to take there. If he pushes the pawn, I'll do something else. But this knight, good piece. So first of all, I'm going to try to kick that away because the knight at the moment is unstable. He can't defend it with pawn. I'm going to kick it away and then I'm going to come back and hit this one because now his knight's on a worse square. Now knight here we could do, or we could play it slowly, do this. Let's make sure I don't get back ranked. So, oh, I didn't play the move. G6. Give the king an escape square. And just put the king on a slightly better square. Now, eventually I want to go here, knight here, but he will, yeah, come to the square always. Now, f5, I'm not sure I want to play this because suddenly it weakens my second rank, and you don't really want to play such a loose move, but okay, I have to do something. And he's gone defensive, so I've really centralized the knight as well. Let's take that nice central square. Not sure if I have an advantage here, or even if I'm better now, because is that pawn strong or is it weak? I didn't want his rook coming in, so we've taken over the file. I'm not winning that pawn though, that's clear. If I get one more move in, I'll be happy, but I think like and he wants this, right? Then we play here, something like that. Okay, and he wants this one. Cool, he's got some cheeky tactics, doesn't he, this guy? That pawn is starting to look quite scary. Why not push it? He's got to push it, right? And now, can I stop it? Let's get the king over as well. He's found multiple okay, but then he comes in check. He takes there. Multiple ways to annoy me, this guy, right? Here. He comes in here anyway. Okay, his knight's on pre. So let's keep moving that king as near to the pawn as we can. God, chess is a tough game, isn't it? Every game tough. No easy games. Here. Is the pawn weak or is it strong? It's looking stronger than it was. I had it nicely blockaded and it's come all the way in. And now let's not allow him to exchange too many pawns because we still want to try and win this one. And he's playing it quite cleverly. What's this? Knight coming in. This pawn's still safe. What are we doing, Simon? What are we doing? Here he checks. Do we even... my knight's quite nice. Okay, we'll go here. I don't know if it's that right move. He's even got check. Maybe I have to come back if he does the check. Right, okay. But I don't see how we can... We're probably worse here. We're probably worse, aren't we? We are probably worse. Because I can't move these guys. Pass pawns are dangerous. I've neglected that pass pawn. And I can't... Oh, again. All right, well, I'll keep playing for the win, but it's certainly foolhardy. Certainly foolhardy of me to do this. But I'm in one of those moves now. This is not going right at all. Yeah, I wanted to check, but then his king comes in here and he had check, and it was working out very badly. So I should have taken the draw, because now we're just pawn down, and groveling is the right word. Groveling to try and save a draw. Indian players all underrated, all very dangerous, and this is the move that scares me the most now. Something like this, takes, there, and I lose the ending. God, that was quickly calculated by him. Takes, there. Yeah, I have to keep the rook on. Wow, and this is losing as well because he's coming with check. And then check and game over. Right, that's enough for me. Didn't work out this week. We will try again, maybe. Yeah, we will. We'll be back another time. Haven't played for a while. That's my only excuse. And we'll play to some opponents. They played well. And I played fucking terribly. So cheers. Until next time. I haven't rage quit for a while. So let's do it now. Cheers. Fuck.